Well, I don't like you telling me what I can and can't do with this $6,000. So I think I will actually be going straight to Aloha Burger with this money.
That was so tough. Alright, what do we actually do?
What is the history of No Big Deal on Roblox? For the first time on this channel, I've come across a question that I just can't answer. For a while, I've been putting off this video and videos like it because I well and truly do not know how exactly to answer these sorts of questions. No Big Deal is a very bare bones game, a sort of sandbox game, if not literally. It allows you to do whatever you want, and that's what people enjoy it for. I enjoy it for that reason as well.
Wait.
Excuse me. Thank you.
Why? Is this what you meant?
The other side of that sword is the fact that things like the backstory, the lore, become difficult to understand. What is the history behind Bergman, Alamont, the other guys? Questions like that are extremely difficult to answer because at the end of the day, the answers for them don't exactly exist in any one place. But that's not the answer we're looking for. It turns out that No Big Deal Roblox is actually based off of a Steam game called Sub Rosa, and now we have something to work with. Before we get into the next section, take a moment to check out my new Patreon. I will be in the future adding interviews, documentaries, and so on, things that I wouldn't entirely be able to put into video, or topics that are a little more niche. The link is on screen and in the description below.
So I asked our Discord community what game we should play next on our first random gaming night. I thought it was gonna be simple, I thought it was gonna be fair, but I was horribly mistaken.
Everyone vote for Sub Rosa in announcements. Let's go vote for Sub Rosa.
Go to this Discord.
Go to announcements and vote
Everyone,
for
please join us.
We need more people. Game pieces catch. Vote for Sub Rosa. And so I did.
How's everybody doing? Let's get right into it, shall we? Let's play some Sub Rosa. Oh, it's lunch break? Does everyone have their seatbelt on?
The first major question is, what is Sub Rosa? Well, Sub Rosa is a multiplayer first-person shooter about tense deals, double crosses, and the occasional high-speed car chase. That's what the Steam description says, but I don't really agree with that. My description would be, Sub Rosa is a round-based multiplayer sandbox game where you can do whatever you want to make the best deals and win each round, eventually winning the game at the end of the week. Something like that. Multiplayer first-person shooter is not, in my opinion, accurate. Now, the game is in early access, still in early access. The last update was made over 3 years ago, and it says, why is it in early access? Well, Sub Rosa is an experimental, and this will come important. This is important as well for later. It's an experimental online multiplayer FPS with a focus on orchestrating deals and coordinating a team of players to increase their wealth and perceived status in the game. This requires a great deal of iteration and testing with how a growing numbers of players understand and react to the possibilities laid out before them in Sub Rosa Early Access. In Sub Rosa, Early Access gives an opportunity to tinker with many facets of the game in an attempt to better the experience for everyone. And I believe this also last section, in an attempt to better the experience for everyone, is also important.
Here's the plan, okay? So don't call anybody. Here's the plan. Here's what's happening. So, we need to get 2 discs, okay? But can we stop slowly moving the cars? Can we put
Oh, sorry, I didn't realize the break.
Okay,
I didn't know that.
Awkward for me. It's fine.
My
It's
bad.
understandable. It's fine. No worries.
Sorry, Mr. Character.
It's fine. You're fine. You're doing great. Listen. So we need 2 discs, one from each of the other corporations. What I've done is I've contracted for a better price. What are they called?
Sushi.
Monsanto? The sushi guy. No, not the... Wait, yeah, the sushi guys.
Now, continuing, if the goal of it being in early access was to build off of people's criticism, thoughts on the game, and make it better, not updating the game, it defeats that purpose of it being early access. And it makes sense why people would say the game is abandoned, because the purpose of it, one of the purposes of it was to build and become better, and it didn't really do that. Approximately how long will this game be in early access? Sub Rosa is a unique, yep. Early access for years now, yep. I don't see in here where it says where it's going to stop being early access. I don't really see that. How is the full version planned to differ from the early access version? I'd like to have this one answered too. Sub Rosa will likely expand with new modes of play and actions for players to do within the game world, while the city and elements will within continue to be refined. And I do believe that No Big Deal is also going to head in the same direction, if not taking over the reins of Sub Rosa. And I would like to prove that by looking at the announcements and update log. The seltzer thing, it may have seemed like a small thing, but it was actually so genius, because now you have the option to actually work with other teams and make it so that like everything is fair for everyone. You can actually win No Big Deal without killing anybody. That I don't know if Sub Rosa has something like this, but No Big Deal is building off of what Sub Rosa wasn't going to, right? And this continues with things like the announcements. I remember something in here being about like Yuramoto. So I just find it in the FAQ, right? So this one says 5 teams, bro. What the flip are you talking about, dude? I don't believe that the amount of teams matters. I mean, as compared to the amount of people in the server, it would only make the server bigger. I don't think it would change the experience much. But it says the plan for teams. Once Renetti and Yuramoto are added, there will be a grand total of 5 teams. So I guess this is the peak right here. Grand total of 5 teams. What does this mean for gameplay? The answer is simple. There will still be 3 teams at a time, but each will rotate in and out of every week. Example: week 1, Renetti, Bergman, Halfwell. Week 2, Alamont, Halfwell, and Yuramoto. And then question: are you gonna update the game, bro? And then they say yes. So they're already building off of like the skeleton of Sub Rosa. They're doing what Sub Rosa wasn't. They're doing what Sub Rosa couldn't do.
Hello, can somebody take my order, please?
Halfwell.
Can somebody take my order?
Yeah, I'm right here.
Can someone take my order, please?
Y'all better prepare. They're here. Yo, they're outside.
I don't care. I would like to order. Can I please place an order at this establishment?
Prepare.
Oh my goodness.
Which is updating and keeping everybody happy. There is a reason why a game on Roblox such as this would blow up in its popularity more than the original game on Steam, Sub Rosa, did. So there are a lot of active players still playing this game. But when you look for Sub Rosa Steam charts, playing 2 hours ago is 0. Playing the last 24 hours, 2. The all-time peak of active players is half of what it is on Roblox. 523 on a Monday, like on a day where it shouldn't even be popping off right now. But this just goes for show. So very clearly there's not very many people playing the game very much at all. I think maybe back in 2020, yeah, back in about 2020 or so, it would average between 100 to 200 players. And I'll be honest, the content creators at the time were eating this up. So looking up Sub Rosa on Google, the first things I see is the game obviously itself at 3.5 out of 5 stars, which it's not great. But also this Reddit here. Is Sub Rosa still worth buying today? Asking, not answering. And people start responding saying don't buy it. I would say no. I've heard the game is pretty dead nowadays, exactly like you said. And the game relies a lot on other people to make the game enjoyable, or at least it did for me. You can definitely still play the game without people there. I believe but in my opinion, without anyone else, it'll be pretty boring. Now contrast what you just heard with these videos.
This is a Roblox game called No Big Deal. It has easily become one of my favorite games to play due to its originality, replayability, mechanics, and especially the other players using VC. I need you to walk all the way to Alamont, okay?
I think that's what
And then ask them how they're doing.
Money equals happiness. Everyone knows this. Money can also be obtained in many ways. Legally, and other options. I work for Alamont. We've earned our respect as a corporation through hard work and dedication, but competition within the city means sharpening our fangs from time to time. Hey guys, sorry I'm late. Meet Bergman.
Okay, all right. Are we gonna be fine and dandy now? How's your day been going?
This is my first time ever playing this game, so.
Oh, jeez. All right, we'll put you through the basics. Essentially, just look up at the thing right there. That's our job, and we're gonna be doing that.
No big deal. Probably the biggest deal on Roblox right now. This game is coming up fast. If you haven't played this, you need to give it a try. To think that the same game could have two wildly different responses based on the platform that it's hosted on, but it's not just the platform that's the reason why, it's also the developers. It'd be a pretty boring experience sooner or later. 2, coming on 3 years, I last played the game, and that was also the time the game received its last update. Ooh, 3 years ago, geez. And personally, potentially, along with a lot of old players, I'm not holding my breath, waiting for that to change anytime soon. Sorry, man. So essentially, this entire Reddit is basically agreeing that the game is dead, it's been abandoned, the updates didn't come, there's not anybody playing it anymore, and it's a very sad thing to hear, sad thing to realize when we understand that on the opposite end you have No Big Deal on Roblox that has probably been popping off for the last couple months now. I mean, you load up Sub Rosa, right? And the first thing you're going to look at is the thing that's in red, and it says mostly negative. 20% of the 10 users reviews in the last 30 days are positive. So 80% of them are negative, right? That's not to say that people didn't enjoy the game. They clearly did. It's saying that it's mostly positive. So for a long time, people did enjoy this game. And for those of us that play No Big Deal on Roblox, we can all say that we enjoyed this game.
What horrible customer service. Horrible customer service.
I'm sorry, sir. I'll get right on that.
What does a guy got to do to get a burger around here?
Watch out for that door right next to it, though, because remember.
My apologies.
Oh my gosh, finally, man. Can I please get a Maui burger and make that a meal with a large fry and a large drink too?
They're outside. Everybody get
right. Do you mind? I'm trying to get.
Oh my goodness, sir!
Wait!
No, my customer.
What perfectly good customer.
That's something that I can definitely say. No matter what I go through, it's always going to be fun. And it's the same thing for Sub Rosa. I think one of the major difficulties Sub Rosa may have come across was maybe the publicity of the game and the fact that it costs $20. So No Big Deal on Roblox is free as compared to you having to buy the game for $20. I don't really believe that a game that's in early access such as this should cost $20, but again, you know, it goes to developing the game itself. The note says, the last update made by the developers was over 3 years ago. The information and timeline described by the developer here may no longer be up to date.
45 seconds to figure out how to...
My favorite Pokemon was a girl Pokemon.
Oh my god, stop! Get out of the line of sight, sir!
We gotta go! I'm out of here! Wait, sorry. Oh. Yeah. I'm trying to make an epic escape. Check this out. Watch
Yeah, watching.
But when you take this and you compare it to No Big Deal having over 1,000 players, at least when I checked it, it makes it a big deal. it really does make it a big deal. So the amount of reviews, I can't figure out how many people have in total played the game. I don't know a way to do that yet, but I can look at the reviews. So in total there are about 2,800 reviews. So we go to Roblox and they have 10 times that amount. 10 times that amount. If I would suggest that if the review count is 10 times over, probably the amount of players who have ever played it is also 10 times more. So I do believe that maybe Sub Rosa only received between 500 to about 1 million plays in total, whereas No Big Deal received nearing 6 million, let's say.
I'm sorry.
They better have their seatbelts on because I have no idea how to drive this thing.
Put the gun down.
Now I'm gonna play the trailer for Sub Rosa, and I want you to ask yourself if No Big Deal is not bar for bar the same exact thing.
Go time.
Now that said, if you felt any sort of nostalgia for the game without having ever played it, then there's a good reason for that. That said, if this game were alive, I could probably assume that you'd also enjoy it as well. In a way, it makes us appreciate what we have here on Roblox, because now we can play this game for free, and we can enjoy it with plenty more people.
Yeah. From my angle, it was right. My bad.
That's to our left. They're breaking in.
You alright, Mr. Main Character? Whoa! Oh, that's our. That was butt. That was butt.
Oh my god!
Now that said, this is just part 1. There's a lot more to this story to uncover. It is, however, going to take me time to learn all these new things. If you haven't already, leave a like, subscribe. A lot of the content on this channel is very similar to this video. It almost always is. So if you haven't already, go check out maybe one of the others. You probably will enjoy it as well. I've also just started a Patreon. It is on screen as of right now, and will also be in the description below if you are able to support me.
They do.
Like, how do you even aim train for this game?
Yeah, I'm collecting ammo.
Yeah. I got the project. Let's go.
We definitely got to team up on him.
Guys.
Alright, let's go. Let me get in the car.
That should be everybody dead.